Been wondering, like, why is everybody so angry? I don't have a voice, so you have to bear with me. Because when I have a nice, calm, mellow video, listen to some Christopher Cross, and we're going to talk about some Mayweather versus Pacquiao too.
But it's not far down to paradise. At least it's not home. If the wind is right, you can sail away. Find tranquility. Oh, again, this can do miracles.
Anyway,
just you wait and see.
This is my shit. When I used to play music at the beginning of all my videos.
It's not far to never land. Reason to pretend. If the wind is right, you can find a joy. Innocence again.
I know I'm trying to get back into the feel of things. And if you know, if I do my videos real late at night, sometimes I need the music to boost me up, to hype me up. I am T Street Controversy. This is T Street Controversy Live, and I cover every single major fight live. Please subscribe. You know, this is what's been going on. This is what's been going on. Relax, while I get a little bit of H2O. This is what's been going on. People have been saying things like, okay, T Street, who won the fight? I say, now I know you're probably thinking like, of all people, but me, I say, Floyd won. Hashtag TMT, the money team, Mayweather Promotions. They say, okay. All right, T Street, but did you watch the fight in slow motion? I say, yeah. They say, okay, who won? I say, Floyd won. Hashtag TMT, the money team, Mayweather Promotions. They say, okay. Did you look at the copy box? I say, yeah. They say, okay, who won? I say, Floyd won. Hashtag TMT, the money team, Mayweather Promotions. Oh, it gets deeper, and you're going to follow me. You're going to listen. You're going to listen. They, well, you mean, they're going to listen. They say, okay, T Street, did you watch in 1080p or did you watch in 720p? I said I watched in 1080p. They say, no, what you got to do, you got to turn, listen, what you got to do is, you got to go get your component video cable, unplug the HDMI cable, get your component video cable, plug your component video cables into your cable box in your TV, take it over HDMI 2, you know, the channel, the source, and then what you got to do is, you got to go to the component cable and watch it on there and tell me who won. They say, did you watch it that way? I said, yeah. They say, yo, who won? I said, Floyd won. Hashtag TMT, the money team, Mayweather Promotions. Now I'm keeping it real here. I'm keeping it 100% real. I get thousands of notifications. I get hundreds of messages across multiple social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, and I'm noticing that it's going viral. It's gaining steam. But we're going to talk about it in a nice, long, in-depth video. Something I haven't talked about in a long. I'm talking about in-depth to the point I haven't talked about in a long time. They say, okay, T Street. So, you got your component cables plugged in, right? You don't got it on the HDMI channel because you unplugged your HDMI cord, right? So the screen should be blue. So you watch the fight on your DVR, right? Did you watch it in slow motion with the component video cables? And did you watch it when you turned the light? Did you turn the lights off, nigga? And I'm like, Yeah. Now listen to me. Listen to me. I am a huge Emmanuel Dapridran Pacquiao fan. I think that has been known. But when it comes to what's been going on with the controversy about the shoulder that's been injured since 2008, and all of a sudden when it comes about, you know, the news about the needle, you know, and it's like we've been having issues about the needles for years, and the one thing that he needed to maybe win the fight was the needle, and he finally needed it, and he didn't get it. When it comes to the rematch, I understand that should there be a rematch, you gotta put your promoter's hat on, and you gotta think like a businessman, and you gotta not think like a boxing fan when it comes to this. For example, I use the analogy. You ever see Transformers? Transformers 1 was good. Transformers 2, not so much. But guess what? Transformers 2 made so much money, it's like, well, shit, we gotta do a fucking third one and a fourth one. When it came to Spider-Man, Spider-Man 1 was good. Spider-Man 2 was very, very good. But Spider-Man 2 made so much money that they was like, listen, we want to make a third one. Sam Raimi, the director at the time, he didn't want Venom. But at the same time, the producer said, no, you got to put Venom into the third one. What he did was he did this half-ass job with Venom. And long story short, we got a bullshit Spider-Man 3 that was made because the second movie did so much. But at the same time, when it comes to Mayweather versus Pacquiao, of all people who have told you that boxing is a business, who is the one who has told you that boxing fans are not going to pay my medical bills and everything like that? Yes, we do. He was contradicting himself and saying bullshit. But what I'm saying is this. You would be a bad businessman. You would not be good for the sport if you did not try or attempt to make Mayweather versus Pacquiao 2. Because when you do 4.4 million plus pay-per-view buys, right? Even if you just do half of that, 2.2, you're still doing major business in boxing. Now, Floyd Money Mayweather, TMT, hashtag the money team, Mayweather Promotions, in his mind is confident. He has defeated Manny Pacquiao as cleanly, as decisively as they can come in the overall general public's eyes. Now, when it comes to these slow down CompuBox, I told you, you people, I told you a long time ago that when it comes to CompuBox, CompuBox is just some people sitting there like, three buttons. I believe it's 3. And it can be human error. So there's no way to accurately track it. For example, I raised questions about CompuBox when it came to Mayweather versus Maidana 1. For example, if Maidana was hitting Floyd like right here, you know, like on the elbow, or right here, up here, then even though Floyd may be taking damage, getting hit and beat on the arms and in the neck and everything like that, CompuBox doesn't count that. So now I ask the question of, well, you're following my chair. Now I ask the question of, well, why lie to yourself? Why kid yourself and say that you won't buy Mayweather versus Pacquiao 2? Because Floyd Mayweather retires in September, right? That'll give him October, November, December, January, and then they could do it hell. Same what they did with the first one. February announced the fight, 5 months off for Floyd. Floyd goes back into training camp, and then guess what? It'll be Floyd's comeback fight, Mayweather versus Pacquiao 2. The storyline, Pacquiao was injured. If Pacquiao wasn't injured, and he would have got his lidocaine shot into his torn rotator cuff, then he could probably win 2 more rounds, and that could be a draw against Floyd Mayweather. The storyline's already laid out, ladies and gentlemen. Floyd Mayweather going on doing an interview with Jim Gray. Remember, excuse me, Floyd Mayweather is Showtime Sports. Think about it. It's over your head, but you got to think about it. You think they're not selling a rematch? You think that these networks don't want a rematch? Imagine when Floyd's big bro. No, whoa. See, let me correct myself. Big bro Floyd. TBE. Imagine, right? When his Showtime contract is over. And I've been boiling. People probably wondering, like, T-Street is extra animated because I ain't been able to do no videos like I've been wanting to. So now I'm able to talk even though all this is on fire. Still, do you think that in January of 2016 they're not going to be talking to Floyd like, hey, Floyd, you want to come back? Listen, Manny's ready. Manny's got 2 fights left. Listen, there is a story I did over on that other channel about Dana White and Floyd Mayweather and a company called AEG, most notably known most recently for being involved in the Michael Jackson wrongful death lawsuit. Dr. Conrad Murray, I covered that story on that, whatever the channel down south. But understand that something major is going on in Vegas as far as an arena is concerned. And Floyd, I'm sorry, I'm trying. Listen, my voice is almost done. Let me see what time it is. So, 12 minutes, I'm doing pretty good. An arena is opening up in Vegas. I did a story about how if Mayweather versus Pacquiao were to happen back in 2014, early 2014, that it would happen in 2016 in Vegas in the new state-of-the-art arena that Dana White, Floyd Mayweather, of course, Al Heyman, AEG. Now, you got to do some research. This is what you do. You either go to realcombatmedia.com because the story is there, or you Google Floyd Mayweather, AEG, Dana White, Vegas. Just type those into your Google bar. It happened last year or so. Now, I already told you my memory be messed up. I do so many videos, even though videos are around, I be forgetting sometimes. But put it this way, you would be a fool to not think that the rematch was not in the works. Now, once again, think like a businessman. Don't think like a boxer. Think like a businessman. Think like a businessman. I'm saying this for a reason. I understand that people are like, Floyd beat him cleanly. Well, we not buying that. Shut your ass up. You are buying the fight. And if you're not buying the fight, a rematch, you're going to be at someone else's house watching the fight. Because why? It's because the HBO 24/7 or the Showtime All Access and Floyd Mayweather going back and forth with Manny calling him a coward and making excuses. And then guess what, once Bob Arum gets started, and then they start the propaganda on both sides, you are going to watch the fight. You're going to buy the fight. And you're going to be like, oh, Manny may have a chance this time. And then a rematch is in the works. It's crazy because in this situation, there's no networks pressuring Floyd. There's no Les Moonves, and that's going to be deeply, heavily involved. Floyd Mayweather calls all the shots. It's going to be about if Bob Arum is going to allow it or not. And guess what? It's crazy because there's so much money involved. Floyd can be a billionaire, or he's going to clear $500 million. And I understand, I made a little mistake without talking about in the last video how the networks got to get their share and everything. But in a rematch, right, they can generate $700 million in over 2 fights. Maybe 8. They do it right. I'm T Street Controversy. This is T Street Controversy Live. Of course, I cover every single major fight live. Please subscribe.